Hey everybody, happy Friday. Here I am in my beautiful office after I just went to, I don't know if you guys have it where you live, but Black Rock, very, very cool coffee shop and very friendly people. I absolutely can feel the vibe of this location every time I go there. That you can just tell they're very quality in the way they create connection and leadership and service. So I wanted to come to you guys today with a quick hello. And of course, I'm always in my head bun, and this is just the way I roll. And so if I were to wait for a perfect hairdo on a given day, I would never be bringing a message forward. And so I have surrendered that totally in letting go, detaching how it's all supposed to look. Otherwise, like I said, I would just be withholding what I know I'm, being called into in this lifetime. So what I wanted to do was share a little bit today about my journey into human design. I've been sort of kind of in and out as far as sharing it. I've been sharing and posting more testimonials and people that I've done foundation readings with. And I thought, well, I think we're at the point now where I'm going to bring more of a face and a voice and a message. And I want to invite more collectively whoever feels inspired to learn about human design. So what I'd like to do today is really touch on the foundations of it, and then perhaps I'll have subsequent videos that will talk a little bit about variations of human design. I've still been sitting a lot with it. This has been something that I've held back on for a few reasons, because first of all, there's a lot out there that you can research and learn and kind of experience. And I've been sitting more with, well, what is it really that tugs at me? What is it about human design that I feel very organic and authentic in sharing, as opposed to the exact teachings of human design or the mechanics of it, or all the things that you can find in other social media platforms and different kinds of books and things. So again, challenging myself to bringing a voice, a unique message, my own flavor and style, and keeping it very authentic, transparent, and real, because that is at the core. Whatever it is I share, whatever teaching it is I am inspired by, or whatever wisdom gift I have endeavored and explored and experienced, I love to bring my take on it, my personal Sandra style, as opposed to this is what it says, this is what it is, therefore it's true. And it's interesting, as I've come to know human design, I'll try and keep this as brief as possible, but as I've come to know human design, it speaks so specifically to the way that I've always shown up. And it has given me great awe and liberation and freedom and ease and breath and acceptance and just like allowance of, this is kind of always how you have been. And this brings, even the word validation to me sounds as if it's a seeking of approval. But what I mean is it concretizes, it defines so beautifully all the qualities and traits that are who we are in so many ways. And yet we don't always see or know, because we're caught up in all the conditioning and all the stories and all the past pain and all the projections of life and expectations and our parents and generations past and all that. So for me, human design has been a huge game changer in that when I started learning about it, it brought great clarity. I think that's more of what I'm trying to share. It brought great clarity. And one of the things that it did for me in particular is it speaks, there's so many variations and elements in human design. So really it's an imprinting, a blueprint of your soul's path. And human design takes what I've found. Again, I'm always going to say it like this because I never want to look like I'm telling you the one way. This is what I've discerned. This is what I've distilled. This is what I've experienced, not just personally, but through sessions and complete observations and trial and error and testing and tasting and all that. So human design brings an integration of ancient wisdom and science. And it merges all of what was going on in the world, both atmospherically, energetically, cosmically, physically, like everything that was going on in our universe at the moment you were born. And what makes it so unique is it goes back to even 88 days prior to when you were born. So around the time that you were like in third trimester in your mom's womb. It's about 88 degrees solar arc. So that's kind of all astrology technical talk. And I'm not going to convolute the conversation here with that. What I'm trying to let you know is it's a integration of the mind, the personality, and the body, the being, and the soul. And it brings like a non-duality of both together. They're not separate, but like as they are together. And in the exploration and experience of human design, when you pull your chart and get a reading done, foundation reading, or there's so many variations of readings that you can get done, and it's a lot of layers to learn through. It's a deep, deep rabbit hole. My intention is to try to simplify what it is at a very basic level. And so it pretty much is a blueprint, a soul blueprint. It's kind of your mapping of who you are aurically, your aura field, how you're here to interact in the world, how you're here to make decisions correctly for the way that you are here in that aura field, where your gifts are, where your true innate, like inborn gifts are, how your energy flows, where your energy seeks, where you might find disharmony in certain connections because vibrationally we're not always going to connect, or we're not always going to be in the same frequency. And it basically is a guidance tool to learning how to navigate what is referred to in human design as your vehicle, right? Like your body is your vehicle, your physical vehicle. And learning how to align and calibrate according to your aura field, which encompasses so many things. It's not so definitive to the point that you can't exchange and learn and grow and morph through it, but it gives you a true baseline of like understanding, oh, this is what I'm working with. This is my starting point. And these are the possibilities that I get to continue to experience every day in this understanding of who I am. And I will not go into it right now because it's already a few minutes into this video, longer than I wanted. But in subsequent videos, I will explain my own profile. I will use myself as an example of guiding you guys through this a little bit. And for anyone that knows my work or is, new to my work, you could go back and see past work. You'll hopefully see the breadcrumbs of everything that it's led to, and more so how the truth of who we really are exists in the depths of our being. And it's so much in the conditioning, and in human design they call it the not self. It's in these open spaces that we've often lived incorrectly, and this is mostly where people are trying to decondition themselves out of, and particularly in the mind, because this is where, as a evolutionary species, we are so different than the other mammals out in the world. And there's reasons for that when it comes to how our frontal cortex and neocortex and all of that stuff has morphed over, centuries. But we have lived from the mind, and human design reminds us of our true inner authority. And we all have a specific authority. We have our specific aura type. We have a certain profile, like the costume that we wear, the role we play in the world, and how we're here to live out our soul incarnation. And there are so many beautiful ways to understand human design, and everyone has their interpretation, from the very beginning teachings to people that are out there really kind of bringing their own style and flavor. And I have been doing, foundation readings now for over 1.5 years, and I have just thoroughly enjoyed and loved giving people back their power. Like, not me giving them back their power. Let me correct that. I love reminding people of their inner power, and to continue to empower them, given this greater awareness and giving them this greater clarity of who they truly are, so that they can start to shift the lens out of the conditioning and depth and go more deeper into the soul's essence. So I will be sharing more videos, and I just felt like I've been listening to some things as I've been driving, and I'm like, there'll never be a perfect day. There'll never be the perfect anything. I'm just, again, going to continue to use this platform in my truth and my authenticity, knowing my own design and also my passion to serve, support, and help empower people into their purpose and their truth, because it has been something I have been hungry for my entire life, close to 5 decades, and I can't be more excited to finally emerge more powerfully into that essence and shine that light and inspiration onto others. So if you're interested in hearing more behind the scenes until I show up again, I invite you to email me at, I always say at, but it's Sandra@sandrafazio.com, and you're welcome to inbox me or post below on this message, and keep me, let me know what's inspiring you and more of what you'd like to learn. And I'd love to share more of that from the heart space that I bring it from. Okay? Love and blessings always. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye.